society's weak. Society's got soft. There's boys that want to be girls, girls that want to be boys. They're little fucking kids. You know, little kids are rude to adults. You know, you can't do that. Give them a fucking smack. And unfortunately, the governments and the coppers have lost control. And sometimes the people, the bad guys, what you guys call bad guys, they're the ones that are keeping control of society. You know, you hear all the bad stories about them. Mm-hmm. They're doing drugs, they're doing this, they're doing that. But you know what? 99.9 are good fucking blokes. You feel I've lived here all my life since I was 5 years old. I'm Australian, but I'm not. Italy was Austria. And before Austria, France. So France and Austria would battle over Italy.
Yeah.
And then Sardinia started growing crops and put Italy together and did a deal with France. You let us be Italy, you know. And from Rome down, or Napoli down, was called the Kingdom of Sicily. So southern Italy is Sicily.
Let's get ready to rumble.
Welcome to Crimes and Misunderstandings, a true crime podcast where we do real interviews with real criminals and find out if they're on the fast track back to prison or the road to redemption. However, today, backed by popular demand, the one, the only, Nunzio La Bianca. And Nunzio is, once I left here, I started delving into your history. You boxed champions. You escaped mafia relations, run kung fu schools, Irish nightclubs. You did an independent film and somehow walked away with no convictions at all.
Oh, well, I'm a mixed up type of character. I grew up in Australia.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Well,
you've been looking at something.
Yeah. Well, of course I have, man.
Dirt on me.
Yeah. Well, that dirt. I wouldn't call it dirt. I'd call it mud. That shit is thick and wet. So you say you're not a gangster, huh, buddy? Hey, Diago,
what's a gangster?
Yeah. Why don't you pull up some of these pictures real quick? We'll just kind of get into it. And there's notorious figures around Perth and Greater Australia, and I happen to see you know all of them, and you've spent time with all of them. You got some pictures? Here we go. Oh, all right. This is way down the low. Start at the beginning because go all the way. There we go. Okay, here we go. Who are these boys?
You serious?
Go ahead.
We're gonna do
Mates
this.
of yours, huh?
We're gonna do this, are we?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
To be fair, I want to just note that it was one of our biggest episodes. When you came on, it's the first episode to ever hit 10,000 viewers. So we appreciate that. We appreciate you sharing the story. We appreciate you not holding back on the first episode. And we found some more dirt. So
Jesus,
will you hold back?
I might have to hold back on this one here. I might be throwing a few punches, I think. No, that's Bear Trap and Brendan. They're mates of mine. We've been mates for 20 years.
And church, are they members at a local church? How did you meet these guys?
Yeah, they're members of the Mongols.
Oh, okay.
Bikies, but like I said, I don't judge if you're black, white, Japanese, Chinese, if you're a gangster, a bikie, a drug. I don't care what the fuck you do, man.
Yeah.
As long as you're a good bloke and you treat me with respect, I really don't care.
Yeah, I mean, you're treated with respect here. I love having you in here. Thanks for coming back. We might make you a frequent flyer with the amount of hits you get.
All right.
Hey, Jago, give us the next one.
What else you got?
We got plenty, but oh yeah, that's
Who's that?
That's Foxy from the Gypsy Jokers.
Yeah.
All right.
He's also
listen. Let me explain this. Right, me and Foxy and I are very good friends with the same age. Mm-hmm. Right, he brought his boxing club into my nightclub. That's it. He used to come to my club. Good bloke, pays for his drink, absolute gentleman, and he brought his boxing club for his birthday into my nightclub. Right, and that's why I got cross-examined by the coppers. You know, what is he doing in there, and what's this guy or that guy doing in there? That's it. And I catch up with him in Thailand every now and then.
Hey, first of all, what could go wrong? What could go wrong with a boxing gym inside of a nightclub? Nothing.
That's Blair Smith, who runs the local Muay Thai school. So we catch up over in Thailand. They're good friends of mine.
Toby Smith, his son.
Champion.
Yeah, champion. He smoked John Wayne Parr. Yeah, unbelievable.
Well, funny enough, Jeff Devine was my kung fu instructor who became a Muay Thai instructor. So he went to Thailand when Muay Thai came out, And he came back and said, how'd you go? He goes, they backed the fucking shit out of me. So he started a Muay Thai school. So these guys came after me, you know, Blair Smith and that crowd there. You know, so I was his first fighter, to be honest with you. Yeah. And then they all came after.
Yeah. Well,
that's why we know each other. That's why we're friends.
There's a good lineage that comes down from Blair Smith, and even Foxy. He just had the girl get the bronze in the Olympics, didn't he? In boxing. So I've had me and Foxy, like we've known each other through the boxing world for quite a few years, and he's got a lot of tattoos, but as far as I know, he's always been good to me.
Good man. Good man.
But what do you do? Who are these guys? Who are you that you can? These are not the same. These are not the same like gangs. They're like you're like interwoven with everybody.
Listen, I had nightclubs for 18 years.
Yep.
So I shook hands with everybody. I know everybody, and I came out of the fight game, so I knew everybody.
Yeah.
You know, realistically, and you got to remember too that I lived from 21 to 26. I lived in the UK and I lived in Europe, so I left and got away from everybody, so I wouldn't go down the wrong road. That's my story. Yeah, but I still know everybody because I used to own clubs. I shake hands with everybody that walks in the door.
And I mean, it doesn't hurt because like friends in low places actually have quite a bit of connections. They run legitimate businesses as well. So like, there's nothing wrong with knowing people with connections. A friend of mine told me once, your network is your money. So you know, the more people you could do.
I said this to you last time that I worked out with time as I got older. The bad guys were actually the good guys, and the good guys, which are the politicians and sometimes the coppers, are the bad guys. You hear what I'm saying?
Very well.
So you know that's what I believe anyway.
Yes. So what happened? So let's just go back.
Hold on. I reckon not just go over that. What makes you say that? How'd you come to that belief?
Well, I think that you know, the notorious or the bikers, whatever you call them, they stand for something. You know, they stand for honesty, they stand for respect. They're good to each other. They look after their families. They do fundraisers. Sure, you get your good and your bad and everything. There's good guys and bad guys. Yep. Yeah, I get it. But to me, all they've shown me, and I know some of them very, very well, they're good men. They stand their ground. I mean, listen, if you're a dickhead, listen, we've talked about this before. Society's weak. Society's got soft. There's boys that want to be girls, girls that want to be boys. They're little fucking kids. You know, people, you know, little kids are rude to adults. You know, you can't do that. Give them a fucking smack. You know, that's just me. You know, you gotta have rules in place. You know, and unfortunately, the governments and the coppers have lost control. And sometimes the people, the bad guys, what you guys call bad guys, they're the ones that are keeping control of society. You know, you hear all the bad stories about them. They're doing drugs, they're doing this, they're doing that. But you know what? 99.9 are good fucking blokes. That's what I believe.
Yeah, and they regulate their own, don't they? Like, there's inside that world there's code. You don't call the cops, right? Somebody does something bad to a family member, so it's sorted out by one of your crew or all of you. You know, and you're dealt with accordingly to the crime. And you have
and you know, I don't know if you know this, but there's a crew called Raptor Police. You know who they are?
No.
Raptors. They're all around Australia. They fucking find the bikies, they surround them, and they can beat the fucking shit out of them. And they do. But remember, bikies can't go to cops, gangsters can't go to cops. You know, of course, a lot of people rat these days, but it's in their code, they can't.
That's right.
Right? So coppers, you know, they do some bad shit to these people.
Yeah.
But they get away with it because they can.
Yeah.
You know?
And
so,
I mean, what's the retribution like? I mean, we have who's that guy that went after one of your mates? I'm just casting out the bait. Did he blow up a cop?
Did he what?
Did he blow up a cop?
Oh, no. In Australia?
Yeah.
Maybe in Italy. In Sicily,
no. What's the one
happens.
Oh, man. What is that place where the cop's car got blown up?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
What am I talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Give it up. Give it up, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Hey, man. Give it up, dude.
I don't know what you're talking about. No, not here anyway.
There's a wrong place to... Hey, the lawyer... You are not allowed to be have your lawyer present for questioning. So,
is that it? That's all you got?
Diago, bring those pictures up, man.
That's all you got.
Stay on the ball.
No, I've got it right here. Who is this? This looks like a movie scene, really.
Oh, fucking hell.
That's like good.
Well, no, that's my cousin, Tony Labby. He's an absolute fucking legend, Labby.
Yeah?
Tony Labby, yeah. Besides, he's did 20 years inside. He's a good bloke.
Yeah,
Listen, my cousin's a professional gambler. He likes to have a punt, and so does his friends. I'll tell you a story. He came into my club one time, and he had $100 grand in his pocket. 100. It was falling out of his pockets, tracksuits and thongs. He'd just been to the racetrack. So I'm collecting this money behind him, and putting it back in his pocket. Give me the money. So I got it, wrapped it up, put it in the safe. And he came in, he said hello to everybody. Hello, Peter. Hello, Ginny. Hello, James. Yada, yada, yada. When he left, 2 or 3 hours later, we had a barbecue that Sunday night. Had goodbye, Ginny. Goodbye, Peter. Goodbye. He said goodbye to everybody by name. I was blown away. Because to me, it's mate and bro and, darling and, sugar and whatever. Jenny said goodbye to everybody by name. I said, Labby, how do you remember everybody's name? He goes, Nunz, when you're a professional gambler, he goes, you got to remember every horse, every jockey and every race in Australia and the previous race and where they come in and what they've done. If you got a good memory, you can make good money on the punt. If you haven't, he goes, you'll lose everything. He's got a great memory.
Student of the game. Like you got to study your sport. You got to know like anything else. So, Tone, what did he go to jail for? I mean, what was his crime? I mean, it wasn't.
Oh well, I wasn't there at the time, but there was allegations, and but punters usually get in trouble, and they do certain things to be able to pay their debts, and that's.
All right, Shifty Bianca. Listen, he's been convicted of it. What did he go to jail for 20 years for?
Well, I don't know the exact what he got convicted with, but I think it was drugs or something. I don't know.
Drug charge, 20 years. Yeah, exactly. Where WA or all over?
I think here and in Sydney. But listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. There's members of my family that have done time and are still doing time. Yeah.
What about his son?
Well, fuck me. Yeah, but he's inside. But there's members of my family have done time, but sometimes they've just been in the wrong place at the wrong time. And so unfortunately, there's some people inside that were innocent, or maybe they haven't given people up, and they've ended up inside.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that they did or they didn't. I don't ask them questions like that. But to me, they're my family. I love them, and that's all there is to it. I mean, they're good people. They're family people, and that's it.
Yeah, but I mean, I was in prison with a guy that was, and this is no compensation state too, by the way. So if they've charged you and they've held you in remand without bail, and you stay 2 years there, you know what you get paid when you get out? Nothing. Even if they're wrong. We had a guy. What was that guy? Oh, by the way, speak about fast track back to prison. We've got old Clarky sitting in the studio as he's been released now for the second time, and he promises to be a good boy, don't you, Clarky?
Yeah, sure do, mate.
Yeah. Hey, what was that guy? What was that guy's name? That was he was in Hague with us, and he was charged with murder. Yeah, they did his trial was 2.5 weeks, and they released him. He's not guilty, and he lost his house, his wife, his kids. Remember, he used to sit on the couch when we play pool.
Yeah, I can remember him vaguely. I can't remember his name exactly now.
Yeah, but anyway, 2.5 years. 2.5 years in there. It took him 15 minutes to find him not guilty. Lost his house, family, cars, everything. So yeah,
mate,
it does happen.
Police can walk into any licensed premises and ask you to leave, and if you refuse, they can lock you up for 24 hours. So you get done at 8 o'clock. They let you out the next night at 8 o'clock. They give you one pie. That's a law. They can ask anybody.
So the difference between the police and Nunes is they can walk into any licensed venue. Nunes, the one and only, the first man to ever be banned from every licensed venue in Australia and backed by popular demand. What do you have to say for yourself, buddy? You've been holding out on us this whole time. I told you.
No.
How's that going with is it a lifetime ban from licensed venues?
No. I had a 5-year ban from working in the industry. Listen, I said this before. The end of the day, I know everybody, and the superintendent Budge, which was the copper at the time who came from Fremantle, didn't like me for whatever the reason, right? Now I found out recently, so he's the one that put everything in motion to get me banned and lose my clubs. But now he's been evicted from the police force as a corrupt cop, Superintendent Budge.
Yay.
Yeah, so apparently I've heard from a good source that him and the people around him lost their jobs because they were corrupt cops. So, I mean, is there a claim there for me still? Possibly, but I can't be fucked. I spent $1 million fighting the coppers to find out what the confidential information was, and there was no confidential information. So am I banned today? No. Have I got a criminal record? No. I told you, I'm either the smartest gangster in the world or I actually don't do anything.
No doubt about it, man. I'd say after knowing you, I'd guarantee you don't do anything. So, hey, speaking of compensation for police, you've got another friend. He's way up there on the, let's say, Australia's most notorious old JK. He is. He fought the cops. He got. What did he get?
Oh yeah, but he fought. I think he got. Well, I don't know. I heard he got 10 million. But he fought and fought and fought. He had the money to back it up.
Yeah.
I didn't. I had him. I'd bought some houses. I'd paid my ex out 1.9 million. I'd bought 7 houses. I was paying them off. And I had $1 million sitting in my bank account. With $1 million, that goes quickly. So once $1 million ended, that was it. That was the end of story. So you can keep fighting and keep fighting and keep fighting, or put your tail between your legs and start working and make some money and get on with your life. I'm not going to put my head down and cry about it. It is what it is. I say to people sometimes, I lived a life I probably wasn't meant to live. I owned nightclubs for 17 years, and then I had restaurants and bars. So I probably lived a life I wasn't meant to live, and I had a good time while I was doing it. That's it.
Yeah, well, first, whatever happened, the boxing club at your nightclub, the boxing gym at your nightclub, did they operate simultaneously?
What, the birthday party?
No, you said with Foxy opening.
Foxy had his birthday party in my nightclub, and he brought these boxers with him, and there was 2 or 3 other Gypsy Joker members. Yeah. Listen, they didn't wear all the bikers that came to my place didn't wear their colours, they didn't wear their jackets, They were respectful. Mate, there was no fights inside my club. All the fights were fucking outside.
How'd you get them to do that?
Well, no fights.
No colours?
Well, you just tell them you can't wear your colours in here, because that was fucking law. Yeah. That was a fucking law, mate. You don't wear listen, I said to you before, I don't care who you are, what you do. This is my house. My house was my club, and these are my rules. I said to you, nobody shot, nobody stabbed, nobody glassed in my venue. No fucking, but no underage. What the fuck did they close me for? Yeah. Well, because I knew a lot of people and I was friendly with a lot of people. Now, all of a sudden, they're telling you who you can't be friends with. Yeah. What are you talking about? We live in a free country. I should be able to talk and be friends with whoever the fuck I want, realistically, at the end of the day. So why did they close me? Because I can tell you fucking right now, there was other clubs out there with young, I didn't have young people, but my people were 25 to 45 to 50 years old, and it was a late night Irish bar. Everybody was pissed. Yeah, there was no drugs in my fucking venue. If there was anything happening outside, down the road, that's got fuck all to do with me. But why close me when they could have closed anybody else? And you and I both know that there's clubs out there which are owned by bikies and other fucking people which aren't in their name, which are still operating. Do you know what I mean? Why did they target me? But I guess they made an example of me, to the other licensees. I was a small fish. And you've got to remember that the Bog of the Rock was on Newcastle Street. And when I opened it, Newcastle Street was the end of the entertainment precinct. They moved that after I opened to Aberdeen Street. So this nightclub was no longer in the entertainment precinct. So they closed me.
Yeah.
But they need an excuse. They need a reason to close me. So the most dangerous club in fucking WA. Where was the most dangerous club? I remember one of the things was they arrested somebody outside the Paramount. He said he came from your club. They arrested somebody on fucking Francis Street. He came from your club. Prove it. Where did you come from my fucking club? Is there video evidence? You got in a fight here, all over. They just made a case against me.
But honestly, how do they keep you from associating with anybody? They have these NA no association with bikies can't talk to other bikies. They could go to they're post sentencing orders where you can't. You've finished your sentence. You paid your crime to society, your debt to society, and you can't go be around the people they say you can't be around. It's like you're banned from them.
Mate, they're creating laws as they're making them. It's a grey area. The law used to be black and white, right? This was the law of black and white. Now it's grey. Yeah, it's grey, man. They're making shit up. Do you know? And I threw a barbecue after they closed me. Invited all my friends and family, and there was no alcohol. You can bring your own drinks because I didn't have a license anymore. And they charged me with being a person of authority, allowing the consumption of liquor in an unlicensed premises. So I rang a lawyer up. I said, what is it? A resort, running a resort. He goes, I don't know. I'll look it up. A resort was a brothel, a place to go on more than one occasion and do something illegal. I threw a barbecue. So they charged me. So I got off. This charge took me a couple of years. I got off, and it was in the Sunday Times. Nunzio La Bianca got off. They appealed it. No new evidence, zero. Then went in, bang, guilty. What the fuck? What the fuck happened here?
Man.
There was no new evidence. There was nothing. So what that means is allowing liquor in an unlicensed premises could be here, could be your warehouse, could be an office you stop to have a couple of drinks. Somebody complains, right, and says these guys are drinking in their office. Right, rings the cops, they can come and arrest you. What the fuck?
They can arrest you for
Running a
officers.
resort.
These are non-alcoholic beverages. I'm just letting you know.
Listen to me, being a person of authority, allowing the consumption in an unlicensed premises and allowing it to be run as a resort. That used to be more than one occasion, but after my case, they set a precedent. Right now it can be one time.
So
I'm drinking now, right?
yeah. We've got an event license.
Somebody could ring up. They could come in here and charge you. This is your place.
Thanks. Oh, thanks, old snitchy.
You're running
Officer, there's Coca-Cola in there. This is a prop. We're on the movie right now.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But they do have laws like that. I don't understand. So there's several people in jail. And you say they're working in like gray areas. I've known guys that got sentenced. This guy Milash, he accidentally hit a police officer in the head with a samurai sword. Well, it was an accident. They gave him 9 years. He served about 5 years, and he goes to watch the news one day, and they said, the state has appealed Milash's sentence from 9 years and increased it to 14 after he'd already done 5 on it. You know what I mean? They can just increase your sentence. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Hey, Clarky, you've heard this, huh? You're gonna be our expert witness. People, we're talking about doing.
I don't know witnesses, mate.
Listen, you're anyway. The gray area. They can. You've been in there and you met guys that have been sentenced to a certain amount of time and they've done time, and after a while the state appeals it and they just give them more time without another trial.
Yeah, 100%.
And the court system, the judges, when they finish the end of the day, they go back into the rooms. And they have a couple of good bloody scotches because they've got alcohol. They haven't got a license.
Yeah.
They haven't got a license, but they go behind, they have a few beers and a few scotches and a bit of a chat.
Yeah.
Is that not a resort? On more than one occasion?
Yep.
I don't know.
I would say judges only drink once, but I'm not sure about that personally. So.
Mate, did you hear about the legal firms back in the day that I think it was 60 Minutes did a show where they went and checked all the toilets in the legal firms? And all the toilets had traces of cocaine.
I know this. I know this to be true.
Did you see that show?
I didn't see that show, but it probably was mine because I was paying them all in my cocaine. So I'm telling you, I'm telling you right now, there's 2 types of legal Tinder. Well, there's legal Tinder and the illegal Tinder, and I think they like the illegal Tinder a little bit more. But I'm gonna go back. So you're talking about these crazy laws, and they are now ticketing people for having gang affiliated tattoos. Like if you got a tattoo and it was even before this law, they come and give you a ticket for wearing it in public, right?
Mate, if you got a mullet, you can't get into a nightclub.
Yeah, but I'm talking. They write you an actual fine for having.
For the tattoo. Yeah, of course. Yeah,
which is crazy. But
speaking of, I think they can't wear their colours out anymore. They can't let them out,
and they get fined. You'll get fined.
Yeah.
So where do they wear their colours inside the place? Just in their clubhouse?
Just in their clubhouse.
And speaking of tattoos and non-gang affiliated tattoos, Diago, bring it up.
Yeah, well,
bring it up. Bring up his back tattoo. I want because it's not affiliated. Yeah, this is. I'm not an expert, but I'm pretty sure I've seen this on the movie somewhere. And you got to be. You spend a lot of time over there in Asia, don't you, there, buddy?
Mate, you went right through my social media, didn't you?
Well,
I got my back tattooed. Yeah, I like tattoos.
I'm sure you do.
What do you want me to say?
Well,
no, it's no affiliation. It's nothing. It's just a dragon.
Hey, I know, but I just want to make sure Diago knows and Clarky knows. If there was a gang to say like back tattoos, like especially like dragon and stuff, what kind of
the dragon boys? I think they're are they Vietnamese or Asian?
Triads.
Triads?
The Triads, yeah.
Fuck me, now I'm with the Triads.
Yeah. Well, you are a man of many faces, that's for sure.
But we we did do a deep dive, and you talked about family earlier. We asked a few people to send some images in, and who are these nice family members?
Wow, there you go, isn't it? Yeah, well, there's my gang, because apparently I had, back in the day, I had a gang. Do you know, well, there's my gang. It's called the Aussie Park Boys.
Is that Troy Coward up in there?
Yeah, Troy Coward's there, Brendan's there, Bear Trap's there, Bluff's there, Sam Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a few different, to be honest with you, they all kind of grew up and ended up joining bikie gangs, most of them, you know. But no, yeah, that's just a shot from the film, mate.
So
how'd you find all these boys for the film? Like, where do you source this?
we're talking about they live in his house.
They're all my mates. No, I think some of them work for me on the door, and a lot of them were my mates. I just knew a lot. Hey man, I own a nightclub. I shook hands with everybody. I knew a lot of people.
Yeah.
I mean, that whole movie, Aussie Park Boys, and just let me say, best independent action, best actor in an independent film.
Let's go.
Right, it's sold all over fucking the world. It's sold. I went to the Cannes Film Festival, as I mentioned before. Nobody fucking believed me here.
All the best actors are Italian. La Bianca,
De Niro, Al Pacino.
What's his name? DiCaprio. They're all right up there. But so speaking of nightclubs and bouncers, I understand that you own a nightclub and you had very pleasant bouncers to the point that most of them were given a one-way trip ticket out of Australia. What has happened there? Diego, pictures.
Well, no,
One-way trip out of Australia.
Yeah, so his doormen were notorious bad boys that thumped people and were...
no, that's bullshit.
This is word on the street. But you can't ever believe this. Bring up who's this guy? Bring up the picture with the guy with the glasses and the hat backwards.
With the glasses and the hat backwards?
Yeah.
Is it this guy?
That dude.
Fucking hell.
Who's this guy? Who is this guy, man?
Where the fuck are you getting this shit from? That's Cowan, mate. Listen, you wouldn't meet a nicer fucking bloke. He used to always wear a suit. He was like Daddy Cool, you know. He was like the coolest and the coolest of doormen. But yeah, he got evicted. He went to jail, I think, and then they ended up sending him back to New Zealand. I did have a few security guards that did. You know, but my security were big boys. I had Maris and Samoans working for me. They didn't give a fuck if you're a bikie gangster drug. They didn't care who the fuck you are, mate. You know, you call shit in my club, they're going to fucking bash you. But a few of them, as time went on, they changed these laws that, you know, you get convicted for an assault or something, they kick you out of the country, and it did happen, you know.
Now, speaking of, it actually just happened today. Bluff was in that.
Yeah.
So I've got a cart being delivered from Nunzio. From a toast company. That was Bluff's nephew, Bones, and he worked for you at what was it, an underage nightclub? What was it?
Yeah, well, Revs. So after the cops, the cops, I don't know if I've talked about this before, but after the cops closed my nightclub, I didn't know what to do with this fucking nightclub. So I started an underage nightclub, so no alcohol, and I ran it for a couple of years. And to be honest with you, I made a shitload of money. But morally, I remember I've got no kids. Morally, the shit that was going on in that club, I had to close it. I said, man, I can't stand here and fucking, you know, if you wear this coloured band, it means you do this. If you wear this coloured band, it does that. If you wear one in your leg, it means you do something. Anyway, there was adult stuff going on that I couldn't accept. In your club? Watching these kids do this stuff, you know, sexual stuff, and, you know, there was things going on.
The underage stuff.
And I couldn't go in there anymore. And I had a couple of managers run it. I was making money. It wasn't illegal. And I just closed it because I thought, I just can't stand by and you know, morally just watch this shit go on. So I closed it.
Yeah, and you know what? I agree with you on that. Like, you got to have, like, the morals to... young girls are having orgies and stuff like that. I mean, the stuff I hear is unbelievable. I guess it's... porn is, I think they're getting a hold of this porn young, and they're
Mate, I'm telling you, I had 10, 12, 13-year-old kids gangs wanting to fight me, and I'm thinking, fucking hell, I stood up against everybody. Bikers, gangsters, I stood up against everybody, and I got these little kids want to fight me. I had this girl walking, so I had a female security guard checking the girls, and a guy checking the guys, and this girl walked in, and they checked her properly, check, and I'm standing at the other end of the bar, and this girl walks in, she opens her legs, and this bag of wine falls out.
A bag of what?
A bag of wine. You know, bag. A bag of fucking, I don't know what the fuck she had.
How did,
Listen, I don't even think about it. Try not to think about it.
Right,
But
we'll link to
a
that.
bag of wine fucking fell out. And that was one of the points, and these kids trying to fight me, I thought, and you can't lay a hand on them, can you? You can't.
You know what? If there's a bunch of, I don't know. I whooped 28-year-olds one time, you know? but yeah. If there's 13-year-old kids, they're crazy. They're stabbing people in America. They're shooting people, even in Mexico.
Yeah.
But so,
But you know why? Because society's got soft. I keep saying it.
Yeah.
Society's so fuck me. I would never speak back to my dad.
Yeah.
Or to somebody. You get a thumping.
Yeah.
That's all gone.
Yeah.
Do you know? I said to this teacher at school one time, Samuels, and he dragged me out of the class. I made the teacher cry. I was mucking around. I was with Jenny Thompson and Susan. Jenny Thompson and Susan. No, I wasn't. Jenny Thompson, Maureen Ritso. I was making them laugh. Made this poor relief teacher cry. Samuel's come in, he's dragged me out the fucking class, and he shook me around. He said, "Give me a smoke." So I said, "I don't smoke." And he dragged me upstairs. And my dad had cancer back in the day. He was dying. And I said, "Mate, you can't fucking touch me. The only person who can touch me is my fucking dad." And he punched me in the guts and he smacked my head in the fucking lockers. Not once, 2 or 3 times. Bang, bang, bang. And he said, "Mate, I'll run the show here. I'll do whatever I fucking want. Now pull your fucking head in. You've made that teacher cry." And he took me down and threw me in the class. You know what? Fair enough. I didn't make that teacher cry. She was only a young, probably 20 years old or something, relief teacher. So I copped a hiding. But you know, hey, you do the crime. You know, you do the time.
Yeah.
You know, I copped it. But today you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do anything. You can't touch anybody.
Well,
and they're running amok. I see it in Northbridge, man. These little kids, 10, 12, 13 years old in gangs running around, fighting with other gangs, bashing girls, bashing adults, whacking people and running. You can't touch them.
Yeah. I mean,
You
what do you
can't
do?
touch 'em.
What do you do? You can't let them assault you. I mean,
You can't do
they can't. The single one can't hurt you, but like,
Mate,
you know,
you
someone
can't.
comes behind you with like a brick or something like that, you're in
do,
trouble.
You can't do anything, man. They're getting. They know they can get away with it till they turn 18. They all know. They get away with it.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yeah. So So speaking of like fights and stuff, I'm going through and I just was remembering. What did you have to do with bare-knuckle boxing? What's this picture What's this picture of? There we go. What is this? I mean,
No, that's Porter.
Is that Porter?
That's Porter.
I didn't-
Porter in the movie, the Aussie Park Boys 2 there, we did a fight scene and we rehearsed this fight scene, you know, over and over. And then when we got on set, I said, no. I said, let's change it to one jab and one punch just before we did. And we jumped and we were filming. He went jab, jab, bang, smack
you.
right in the mouth. Crack me on there. That's real blood.
So Porter is a local icon. I mean, he's
a legend.
He's a machine. Worked the door for years. He was the ref at all my fights. He's been part of the MMA, boxing, everything community.
Have you seen his kids?
He's got a. I watched his daughter go roll jiu-jitsu.
They're monsters.
She's a beast. And the son, I mean, equal, but like
I might be wrong in saying this, but I think he's half or quarter Japanese.
yeah. Well,
You know, that's probably in his blood.
yeah.
You know, but he's he's you know, in the local fight scene and that. No, he's a legend, but an absolute gentleman. Like most really good fighters or great fighters, they're gentlemen. They're humble, mate. Very, very humble.
Yeah, he is. I got nothing but good things to say about Porter. He's been around and he runs security now, doesn't he?
He does a few places around the city. I think he works. Well, no, I don't know what he does, but I think he's helps a security company with some security.
Does he staff him? What does he do?
Yeah, I don't know what he does. You know. So I've got to be very careful what I say, my friend. I don't know what his involvement is in the business, but
okay.
I think he's always done security, and I think he helps out some security companies with guards and stuff. But I'm not really sure.
No, I've seen Porter out. I mean, I've known him, but he's in anything as a club as like he's in all the fight clubs, he's in the nightclubs, you know, whatever. But he's everywhere. I don't think he's part of one of the clubs.
No, he never has been.
Yeah, okay. But he's great dude. What else? So what else are you keeping from us, or do I got to keep digging out of you, man? What kind of juice can you tell us that
What do you want to know? Oh, what did you ask me before about the Mafia there, about Italy?
Yeah.
So I went to work for Kentucky Tours.
Yep.
Back in the day. So, and Kentucky Tours in Italy was completely illegal. A guy named Paolo Fortini used to run it. Right, he lived in Florence. Right, Right, so whenever something happened, they'd ring him up and he'd sort it out. But I didn't know he was the head of like this fucking mafia fucking crew that was there. So they wanted me to get my license. So I went down to get my license, and they said to me, "Well, where'd you do your military service?" Because I've got an Italian passport. I was born in Italy. I said, "Well, I don't."
We got a picture of that too. Were you living in Italy? Bring it up. We're sorry. We're scrolling through memory lane here. Interesting life. So we might as well. We've got pictures here that we can bring up from. He came over. It's the black and white one.
Black and white one?
Yeah, they didn't have color back in those days.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about here.
Anyway, go bring it up.
I will. Keep going, going.
Anyway, so the military come looking for me, so I hid upstairs in the roof. Paolo Fortini come and grabbed me. He brought me down to Florence, and within a couple of hours, bada bing, bada bang, bada boom, I had a pass. I could stay in the country for 4 years, didn't have to do military service. Lovely. So my mate Tony come down, Tony Pateman, he was an Englishman, he caught up with me in Florence. And we're all eating, having lunch and drinking with this guy, Paolo Fortini. He had the big moustache. And they said, he said, "Can I take you a scooter for a ride?" He was pretty proud he'd bought a brand new Vespa. And I said to Tony, "Be careful, because this is not like England here. The roads don't cross, they go around and around. Very, very easy to get lost." Didn't come back. Paolo Fortini's fucking fuming. 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So I've gone back to the hostel where I was staying, Kentucky Tours. He wasn't there in the morning, so I went to bed. In the morning, I got up and he was in bed. I woke him up and said, "Tony, where's the fucking Vespa?" He goes, "Oh, fuck, I don't know. I hit this taxi, smashed the Vespa. I left it on the side of the road somewhere." I went, "Oh, my God." I said, "Tony, that's Paolo Fortini." "Oh, no, she'll be right." Bang, bang, bang on the door. He's there with two blokes with fucking rifles. Right, they're going to fucking shoot us. Right, they're screaming and yelling, "Where are they? Where are they?" Mate, we grabbed what we could, run out the back door, we run up the fucking hill. We had to get to the train station. At the train station, these cunts were there looking for us. We were hiding, running from cart to cart. These cunts were there with fucking, they were going to shoot us.
Over a Vespa?
Over a fucking Vespa, mate.
Well,
but I think I was 22 years old, something like that. But anyway, it was real. They were thinking, I've never been back.
Well, now that you named them, they're probably coming here. What kind of Vespa was it, man?
I don't know. What was in the Vespa?
That's exactly. I guess you don't mess with higher ups anything, do you?
No, not over there. You disappear.
Yeah.
You disappear.
That's because my blood is from there. I've never been there. I don't know anything, but I listened to you and I've heard like they were blowing up judges and all kinds of things, weren't they?
Yeah. They blew up the road in Sicily. He was driving with his car. You couldn't shoot it or bomb this fucking car. They blew up the whole fucking road, mate.
And you came when you were young. How young were you when you came over?
I think about 5. I was 4.5, 5 years old.
Right.
I couldn't. So grade 1, I couldn't speak English. No, I didn't know what the fuck anybody was saying.
Yeah, and I remember.
But I learned pretty quick. You got to punch on. I learned quick.
Yeah, but so what happened? You walked into it was the wrong boxing gym or it was the right boxing gym?
Back in the day.
Yeah, when you first came over. I go back through these notes, but
I had a few kickboxing fights because I wanted to fight because I was a kung fu boy. But then I realised very quickly that if you can put gloves on, you can't do what we do. So I learned very quickly you had to box. So I went down to Joe Fazio's and I got lost.
Yeah.
I don't know if I said this last time, but I got lost and I ended up in the wrong gym. We asked some Aboriginal blokes. They said, "Go down here, left, right, left." Went to Laurie Hamer's gym. So I walked in. I was excited. I'd never been in a fucking gym. All these guys training in this back shed. Mm-hmm. There was only one white guy, Fortunato Ford. And I knew him from when we were little. And all the rest were Aboriginal boys.
Yeah.
And he said, "What do you want?" He was a big guy, Laurie Hamer. I said, "I want a box." He said, "What nationality are you?" I said, "I'm Italian." And he said, "Well, Joe Fazio's is down the road. You're in the wrong gym." I thought, fuck, I'm in the wrong gym. But I was excited because I'd never seen, I'd had a half a dozen kickboxing fights, so I was confident. And I said, "Put me in with your best boys." So much to your weight, I was a welterweight. So he put me in with this guy named Tony Jones. Well, Tony Jones was a fucking Australian champion. Well, fucking, the first right he gave me, knocked me right across the fucking ring, beat the fucking shit out of me. But I kept lifting my legs up and he kept telling me off. So anyway, at the end, I didn't go down. I did a couple of rounds. I didn't go down. But he flogged me. And he said, "All right." He said, I'll train you. I'll coach you, but you make me one promise. He said, "You never go train at Joe Fazio's." That was the condition. But I was on the way to Joe's. I got lost, remember?
Yeah.
Joe Fazio. Yeah. So I ended up at Laurie Hamer's. And you know what? That whole crew you know, Ray, Johnny, and, you know, all that. They never liked me. They didn't really like me. They couldn't. They used to say, like, we don't get this guy. You know, he's one of us, but he's not with us. You know, I went to the fucking wrong gym. That's what happened. But I often think to myself, maybe that mistake, you know, kind of saved me. I would have ended up locked up.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He did have. I mean, his son came out to be an excellent, hell of a fighter, didn't he?
Who?
Ray Fezzi.
Oh my God, he still is. I reckon.
Yeah.
I reckon pound by he'd be the best. You know, he could have been world champion. But when he started very young, his dad just the pressure. By 15 years old, 16, he'd had enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is burnout. I mean, it happens a lot. Like in America, we start trading sports at like 7 years old, and it goes all the way through. And parents are psychos, man. They really force it. And there's a lot of burnout. But yeah, it's unfortunate. So how did you get into Kung Fu then? Like, I mean, how did you transition from boxing into Kung Fu?
Frank Levy, this guy, my cousin Frank Levy. La Bianca, he was involved in a kung fu school, but he told us it was street fighting. I didn't know it was kung fu. But let me tell you, it's not traditional kung fu. You know, he did judo, he did kempo, he did kung fu. He did a mixture of. It was a mixed martial arts, realistically. We say kung fu, but to be honest with you, it's a mixture of styles. Mm-hmm. And he brought me down, and for years I thought it was street fighting. People say, "What do you do?" Well, number one, we weren't allowed to tell anybody, but the people who did tell close to us. Street fighting. Yeah. Learn how to street fight, you know. And I started that when I was 10 under Frank. And like I said before, Frank was a monster. He's just, he had hands like this, Frank Levy, just big.
You're actually, I remember you telling that story about Frank. He's a big, bad man. And then actually, just listening to this story, I'm thinking, you were a pioneer of MMA. I mean, you were kung fu, kickboxing, boxing, you know?
It was back in the... Listen, I think a lot of people did, but they didn't talk about it. It wasn't talked about.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't... You know, it wasn't like talking to or karate that you spoke about it. It was regulated. You know, it wasn't. You know, even now, I went to Hong Kong to fight. And I went around to find kung fu schools and nobody would say shit to me.
No?
No chance, mate. Nobody would talk about it. Nobody. And I'd see that, you know, you could see when they talk to them and certain things they do, you think, this cunt knows what he's doing, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know, he just, nobody would say anything.
Bruce Lee, was he an influence on you?
Oh, yeah, 100%. Because he was everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody. It was. But see, now, let me say, people don't understand this, right? He was a dancer. He was an actor. You know, he sold himself. Not only was he good, the best of the best at the time of Kung Fu, right, and still is the best, right, but he was an actor. Like, he sold it. Even back then, going back, you look at the shit he used to do back then. When is it? 30, 40, 50 years ago? When is it? I don't fucking know.
Yeah, he would have been in the 70s, wouldn't he?
Mate, he was extremely good.
Yeah.
But not only was he good, he was an actor. When you watch that, he's acting. And anybody knows about acting, you don't hit for real. You hit this close. And it's the way the person turns his head. It's a camera angle that makes it look real. People think, oh, it's real. It's not real. Aussie Park Boys wasn't real, right? But he was so good at his art. He was such a good actor. People, and you watch it, I still watch Enter the Dragon now. It just fucking blows me away. You know, Enter the Dragon. It's just, it was just so good at things. But you know, he was a tango or something. He was a dancer, a pro dancer, as well. You know, he was a pro actor. He was a pro martial artist. He combined these things. You know.
Well, it's body mechanics. His body mechanics were unbelievable. But you know that in his first fights, and I think it was, you can bring this up, but I think his first fight scenes in American movies, he beat the shit out of everybody. He literally kicked it. He was kicking him and doing everything. They had to tell him not to do that. Is that right, Diego? Was he? I think he literally made contact. He was knocking everybody out in the fight scene like it was a real fight. Yeah, but
you know, people try to. You know, it really pisses me off when they try to compare him to Muhammad Ali or Tyson. These guys are real fighters, mate. They're professional fighters. Yeah, they fight spar every day. They're the real. He's an actor, but he was very, very good at his art. He was very good at what he done. He was the best of the best. But you can't compare. And how much did he weigh? What was he, a bantamweight?
Yeah, he's small.
You can't compare. You can't put him in the ring with Muhammad Ali. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, but didn't he? He did fight back. Because have you ever seen Ip Man? Yeah. And then he went to him and he trained, and then he had like a bunch of like competition. I remember he fought a boxer, like at least in the Ip Man, he fought a boxer, and he fought some guy that broke his neck.
Well, I heard a story that his phys ed teacher at school was an American guy that wanted him to box because he thought he'd be really good. And Bruce Lee said, "No, it's bullshit. The only way," and he said, the American teacher said, "Well, I'll tell you what, you fight me. If I beat you, you box."
Yeah.
Right? He said, "Okay," and the teacher beat the shit out of him. And then he started boxing. And instead of boxing, he became really good. You know, and then, you know, he understood very, very quickly, Bruce Lee, you know, it's not that what I do is the best. I'll learn what to do, what you do. I'll learn what he does. I'll learn what he does. I'll learn what he does. And, you know, when you look at Way of the Dragon, when he filmed that, he fought Chuck Norris. He tried a few different styles, and then he started dancing like a boxer. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And Chuck Norris didn't know how to fight against that. Yeah. You know, he adapted. He was UFC.
Yeah, he was. I mean, you know, Muhammad Ali took. I don't know who was first, Bruce Lee or Muhammad Ali, but they had the same kind of footwork. They used to, you know, that shuffle they do, man, unbelievable. Like the body mechanics these guys have, and the coordination, like left side, right side. You know,
Bruce Lee had a real fight though. Yeah. He was an actor, but he did have one real fight.
No, he had more than one.
Only one?
No, there's one recorded, which is this one.
Maybe.
Is the only real fight ever recorded by Bruce Lee.
No, but that's not a real fight.
That's not a real fight either. Yeah, that's like point scoring.
Tournament fight.
Yeah.
So this is him telegraphing the move, and but that was the thing of Bruce Lee's. I think they.
Which one was he? The one on the right?
Left.
Yeah, so that was an easy counter.
Yeah. So the thing with Bruce Lee is that everyone wanted to know if he's a real fighter or not, and he claimed that he was, and that's why he was such a good 100%.
Actor. Of course he was a real fighter, but I'm saying he was also a good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, he sold it. Do you know, if you're a real fighter and then you tell them to pull their punch, they can't do it. So real fighters try and become actors, they can't.
Yeah.
They can't pull their punch. But if you're a real fighter and you're a good actor, you learn how to pull your punch. It looks real.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I know a little bit about filmmaking.
You do. I heard Leonardo DiCaprio, Nunzio La Bianca, and then and then the Weinstein party over in France. Or do we not want to talk about that?
Yeah, well, talking about it again.
Well, why not? We might have some new viewers. Weinstein party, and there was no fights at this Weinstein party, was there?
No, but we're pretty close. You know, I told him to go fuck himself.
Yeah. No.
Well, I didn't know who he was.
What happened with the girl? Remember you had the girl?
I lost the girl. Yeah, I'm going to punch up. I lost the girl. Spanish actress.
Yeah.
I got pissed.
Yeah.
You know, take away the drinks and the drug out of my life. Yeah. Fuck, I could have been somebody.
Yeah, that's it. Did you have issues with drugs in your life? I mean, you would have been around them at all times. Were you a dabbler, or did they get a hold of you?
Let me think about this for a minute. No, I'm not an angel, and I've never done hard drugs, you know. But you know, I've dibbled and dabbled and listened. You know, I like to party like everybody else. Yeah. But at this age now, I'm absolutely not interested in it. Yeah. Absolutely not interested in it. I'd rather have a few beers and as you know, I go to Thailand. I built a house in Thailand. I got a beautiful Thai girl. I go over there. I live in Pattaya. I like to go out. You know, I like to do the bars and that. The last thing in my mind over there at this age is drugs. Absolutely no interest in it. And I've seen the fall of all my mates. When the meth came in, I saw all my mates and people, even the people that thought they were strong and really good. Yeah. Mate, they're all fucking lost everything.
I mean, that was me. Like I got injured, got depressed, and cocaine. It was a hell of a drug until it wasn't. You know, and that got a hold of me. So I mean, you think it's fun games for a little while, but if you have an extreme personality, you get extremely you get carried away a bit. So hopefully we're on the road to redemption here.
But I'll say this too, Greg. I'm not a fan, and I'm not one of those people now in the modern age that talks about their ups and downs and their mental issues and mental health. And I hear it a lot. I didn't grow up in that society, man. I grew up, shut your fucking mouth. Yep. You know, don't tell people your life fucking story of you down and in the gutter and how you're going to kill yourself and blah, blah. You know, everybody says, speak about it, make it public, tell everybody your fucking story. No, mate, I didn't grow up like that. Yep. You know, be a man, shut up. You fucked up. You know, now get control of your fucking life and get on with your life. Well, that's me. Yeah. I'm not saying everybody should be like me.
Granted, they do need to harden up. But I had to go to prison to get rid of mine. There's no doubt about it. But like I said, I'm very aware of what I did. And I think, you know what?
Yeah. I mean, I had a good time. Would I do it again? No.
Well, it was the best 4 years of my life, man. I got 2 kids out of it. So.
I mean, yeah.
Well, what are you gonna say? Anyway, you go back and forth in Thailand, and you say you don't want to. The drug sentencing there is crazy. I mean, like death penalty stuff.
Oh man, everybody still does it. There's drugs everywhere.
Yeah, how do they get away with it?
They don't. It's exactly the same. Yeah, they go from bar to bar, to the toilet. The coppers know. The coppers know. You know. If you get the last thing you should do when you're overseas is ring the American consulate and ask for help. Shut your fucking mouth. Ring your family up. Get some money. Pay. Don't pay one cop off. You pay him.
Yeah.
Do you know? And they might leave out. See you later. Goodbye. Shut your mouth. Don't say nothing. They get out.
Yeah.
You know. I got a friend over there who. Russian guy was touching his daughter up, and he said, "Mate, that's my daughter." She was underage. He goes, "I keep telling you, mate, keep touching that fucking girl. Oh, that's my daughter." And he hit him, and he fell down, and he died.
You did?
No, the other bloke.
Right.
Well, this guy got arrested and got brought to prison. He just paid $100,000. I think he walked free.
Yeah.
That's the way it is. But I don't mind that society. I don't mind where everybody gets on, and you can pay your way out if you're not a dickhead. If you're not a dickhead, we make mistakes. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, does it go on? It does. But I think you're an idiot if you do.
Yeah.
I'm a tequila person. I go out, have a scotch, a couple of tequilas. I'm pretty happy.
Yeah, I've noticed. I've seen you out and about every now and again. From a distance, I watch you suck down those tequilas. And you know who likes them more than you do is I think that pretty tight girlfriend. She loves to drink, doesn't she?
And my missus.
Yeah.
She drank 2 bottles of vodka last night. 2 bottles of vodka, half a carton of beer. No, they can drink. So listen, a lot of Thai girls drink. You need to understand this, right? They're very poor people, and the ones that can drink don't have to sleep with a lot of guys. The guys come into the bars, they have drinks with them, they make you think they like you, they give you the girlfriend experience, you're buying them drinking. They make money from the drinks. So, drink. You've made your money, you go home. The ones that don't drink, they got to sleep with a lot of different guys. No, they're the dumb ones. The smart ones drink.
Yeah, absolutely.
You understand what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do. Because they've got a similar thing in Mexico. That's what it is. Like you go, then the girls pour you drinks. And they're like 5 times more expensive than they should be. Yeah, but
that's why I like going out there. I can't talk to a girl here. What are you going to say? He's trying to. I bought I think I bought a girl a couple of drinks the other night. She said, he's trying to hit me, that guy. I said, what? You're trying to fucking how old are you? But times have changed here.
Yeah.
You can't. You can't. You got to be very careful how you talk to girls. How you can't touch them in any way whatsoever. Even guys. If you grab a guy, that's assault. You know that. And they say, mate, listen, you're being a dickhead. Did you just fucking touch me, mate? You can't. The world's gone fucking mad over here. The Western world is upside down.
It's a scary thing because like a lot of things used to be solved and friendships were made out of a fist fight. You got a problem, you got to beef with the guy acts like an idiot, you kick his ass. You know what? Eventually, somehow you meet each other down the road. Your mates but now you get in a fist fight. You worry about doing 5 years.
The best thing that if any parents out there listening, I don't know, I've got no fucking kids. Best thing you do is get them into either boxing or martial arts or get them training because they learn discipline, they learn how to fight, and then they don't go out and be dickheads. The occasional one or two do. Right, but if you can defend yourself, if you can look after yourself in today's society, when people didn't gang up when we were kids. It was a one-on-one fight. The bloke goes down, you let him get up. Now you're fighting 5 or 6 fucking guys, and they're hitting you from every direction. You got to teach your kids, and if they're stuck in front of the computer, doing fuck all, playing games, which is the modern world, mate, they go out in the real world, mate, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
In trouble, they're not streetwise. You remember the old saying, streetwise?
Yep.
They're not fucking streetwise, man. You got to teach your kids. They must play a sport. I'm big on it, eh? Martial arts or football or rugby. They got to play a sport of some sort or a martial arts. They got to do it, man. Yeah. If they don't do it, they could be in trouble.
I mean, that was my sports. Like I love sports. I love the great idea to do sports. It's the only thing that kept me entertained as a kid. So, did you play any sports other than martial arts?
Yeah, I played football. I went to Leaderville Primary behind West Perth Oval. My dad, West Perth was the reason they call us the Garlic Munchers, West Perth, because they were the first team to let non-Australians become members. So Italians, Greeks, Yugoslav, because they weren't allowed to become members. Mate, when my dad came here, he couldn't get on the bus. Italians weren't allowed on the bus. They weren't allowed to drink in the pub.
Really?
No, it was only for white people. We weren't considered white. We're wogs.
Yeah, wogs.
And the rest of the world, wogs are a gollywog, a black man.
Yeah.
So-
America, I've never heard
Yeah.
we've never heard, I wouldn't have the word wog in America.
So when we, but everybody loves Italians now. My name's Nunzio.
Yeah.
What's your name? Nunzio. Oh, that's a lovely name.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, when I was a kid, mate, that wasn't a lovely name. They fucking fight.
Yeah,
You know?
that's right. Dudes, did you ever get like an Americanized name? Because a lot of people come over from Italy and they had like,
yeah.
what was your Americanized name?
A lot of Nunzios changed their name to Neil, which is not. Neil was Nello, I think. But Nunzio, it's a Sicilian name. There's no translation for Nunzio. For some reason, you can't translate it.
What is La Bianca? What does that mean?
That's the white.
The white?
But my name is, so my passport and my bank account is Nunzio di Gregorio La Bianca. So Nunzio di Gregorio La Bianca. So my name is Nunzio of Gregory the White. So if you translate it, it's Ned Gregory White.
Ned Gregory White.
That's my name, Ned Gregory White.
I like that. I'm going to call you Ned from now on. Hey, Ned.
Neddy.
Awesome. So you're banned from owning nightclubs still in Australia, is that right? What about it?
No, shit, am I banned? Listen, am I banned? No, I'm not banned. But I think for the WA Police or the Liquor Commission to let me own another bar, it's like admitting that they made a mistake. Listen, still got no criminal record.
Yep.
The confidential information never came out.
Yep.
They banned me from my industry. The freedom of speech. What is it? What did I do? All these years later, they still can't answer any questions that were asked before. Affiliation, maybe my mates and people I was friends with, possibly. Maybe they made an example of me, possibly. But for them doing what they did, any stories that were out there about me being a gangster became true. Well, he must have cloned him for a reason. There must be something. He must be laundering money. There must be something going on. Do you know what I mean? So, no, there's still nothing. Can I? I like to think I could. But, my dream at the end of the day.
It says that you can't.
It still says that.
So when you Google you, right, it comes up with your name, and then the first article is banned nightclub owner.
Motherfucker.
Well, this dude, we might have to have him back as a frequent flyer because we're just going to find out more and more and more. I don't know if we should or not, but can you?
Surely, after all these years, this confidential information, this hidden information, it was they closed me in 2009. Right, surely they come out now and say, listen, this is what it is, or this is what we got, or this is...
Can't you file freedom of information for it? That you can't?
Well, I couldn't before because it was part of an ongoing undercover investigation.
Yeah.
I mean, how long does it go for? Well, now it's been 2009.
Don't you? Yeah, I don't know. But so can you order, what about in Thailand? Do you have anything to do with it?
No, but yeah, I have made a few contacts. I was going to a couple of years ago, but I ended up building the house instead.
Yeah.
So my old manager lives there, and I've made very good friends with certain people. So, excuse me, I think in the future, I'm going to open a little music venue or a bar of some sort. That's my plan.
Your old manager, is that Drago?
Draghi, no.
Was that him?
No, that wasn't Draghi.
But Draghi was...
Sean. No.
Who's this Draghi character that you...
well, Draghi's a good mate of mine, but
I think...
No, he he got out of the industry and went to work in the mines and lives a very quiet life now.
Yeah, this guy right here, Diego.
Which one?
That one.
Oh, yeah.
So he was a frequent flyer back to, wasn't he?
Wow. Yeah, I think he might have done a little bit of time somewhere along the line.
Here he is.
Draghi Costa-Donofsky.
Yeah.
Draghi Costa.
Okay, that's how I thought you...
So, he's... I think he went on holiday for a little bit once upon a time. I don't know, but he's a good guy, very quiet, lives on his own.
Yeah.
Like most people, he's just another character in my life.
Yeah.
let's say.
No doubt
But
about
listen,
it. Who have we missed so
listen,
far?
if you
Who have we
join-
missed?
If you join the dots, I know what you're trying to do. You're trying to fucking join all the dots.
not-
This
I
guy,
don't know
this
if
guy,
there's
this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. That's what the police done. You know that. don't you?
Well, don't put me on that shit. Come on, dudes. Don't put me like that, man.
They're trying to join all the fucking dots and say that I'm a.
I just want
Yeah,
to
we
be
got another guy here as well.
Oh yeah, I just want to be entertaining, man. I don't know nothing to do with. I don't want to incriminate anybody.
That's Monty. It's me and Monty's an absolute gentleman. He's never been affiliated to any crew or gang or whatever you want to fucking call him. He's part of the union. I think he's quite high in the union. He's had some allegations and beaten all of them. I think he may have gone on holiday. I'm not too sure.
What was that last one that they did? He did like a historic case that they got his DNA on a burger. I mean, he beat it, right? But
He beat it. Yeah.
yeah. But what was that? They found like DNA like 12 years later or something.
Something like that, or something happened at somebody's house and they found something. But he beat it, so we shouldn't even talk about it really. But
Yeah.
mate,
I mean, it was all
very-
over the news, so it's not like all this stuff that we're.
But listen, let me tell you something about Monty.
Yeah.
Right? Mate, he's one of the strongest men I've ever met in my life. I'll tell you a story. I was with him one morning. I've told him this story. I was with him one morning and we were partying, let's just say. And he had two weights, right?
Yeah.
Two arm curls. I don't know how fucking heavy these fucking things were.
Mm-hmm.
And he's put one on top of each other. He's tied a hanky around it.
Yeah.
And he's gone down, picked it up with his teeth, and he's lifted it up
Yeah.
with his fucking teeth.
Yeah.
And then he's dropped it. He looks at me and goes, "Come on, love you again."
Mm.
So I walked over. I thought, it's about 7, 8 o'clock in the morning. Been drinking all night.
Yeah.
Said, okay.
Sounds like a good
I went to pick this thing up. Couldn't fucking pick it up. What the fuck? I went to pick it up again. I got it to my knees.
With your
And I
hands?
dropped it with my hands. And I dropped it.
And this dude's doing it with his jaw.
And I looked at him and I said, "That's a trick. That's fuck off. Do it again." Ties a hanky around, ties it in a knot, puts his mouth over it. I don't know, he didn't pull his fucking teeth out. And he gets it with his teeth and he pulls it out and he stands up
Yeah.
and then he puts it down.
Yeah.
I've never fucking seen anything like it. I thought to myself, fuck me, this cunt is strong.
Yeah.
His neck, like, he's one strong dude, man.
That's
Strong. When you talk about strength,
yeah.
you know?
Like natural strength.
Yeah, he's
like wiry
he's-
strength. The stuff you're
He's,
born
he's
with.
strong, man.
Yeah. So,
And good bloke, nice bloke.
Good book. I think there's people I've heard would disagree with that statement, but he was a serious dude, wasn't he?
He's good to me.
Yeah,
he's
but-
always been very good to me.
Yeah, he was a serious dude.
Mind
from
you,
what I-
I've seen everybody's good so far tonight, haven't I?
Well, we're missing one. So we got this boxer, up and coming boxer. We're gonna get him on the show. He went to prison for bashing pedophiles. And you recently had seen his fight in Thailand.
Fuck me.
You know who that is? He just signed to fight Shane Mosley.
Yeah, man, Matty Floyd.
Matty Floyd. He's coming up here. This one here, Diogo.
Matty Floyd.
Yeah, he's coming. He just signed. He's unbelievable. He's just signed to fight. Who's he fighting?
I don't have that one here. You got to send it to me.
All right, that's it.
Yeah, well, Matty Floyd, and there's a lot of stories going around about Matty Floyd, but he was the head of the Lone Wolf over here at one stage. Right, but I've known him from when he was a little kid. His uncle used to come into the nightclub. So I've known him since he was little, I don't know, 10, 11, 12 years old. And, he's never done nothing to me. He's been always respectful to me. And I happened to be in Thailand with a guy named Troy Coward when he was fighting. And Troy wanted to go watch him. And I went along to the fight and went to the change room and met him. It's a good dude.
Yeah, he just was on Instagram with Conor McGregor, and Conor McGregor gave him a shout out. And
Yeah, he's going places. Listen, you can't even get a fight here. Like people won't. You got to get out of Australia kind of to make it.
Well,
You can't make it here. And if you've got a criminal record, you can't even get a fight.
yeah, well, to be good, you got to go where the good is. Like you got to go where the best fighters in the world are, and you learn from them. You can only learn so much from a limited talent pool, So you have to travel. You have to travel.
But
to really test them.
I'll say this. Most of the time he trains himself. He hasn't got like a. I went to the fight, and no disrespect to anybody, but they had a guy in there making him meditate. Before the fuck, calm down, relax, don't get angry. What the fuck? He's going in for a fight, mate. What are you doing? I said to this bloke, I said, mate, you ever had a fight? He goes, no. You know how to box? He goes, no, I do meditation. And I had him sitting in the room meditating before his fight. What? Mate, I don't know. But, I think he needs somebody really, really good in his corner. If he had a good trainer, he might go places,
Yeah. Well,
But, he's good to me.
yeah, I mean, Yeah, Matty Floyd. He's also somebody that has some controversy going around town. And we'll wait till we get him on the podcast, and we'll go through that with him. Well, because I mean, there's hectic life. I mean, this guy. What was his charge? I mean, he had a gang. I think a young gang when they were young kids, right? And they started bashing pedophiles.
No, I think it was with the Lone Wolf, and one of the things they would do was go and get pedophiles and bash them because he grew up in a pedophile family.
Did he?
Yeah, the worst pedophile family in WA, and I think they, were touching him up and stuff. And he grew up and said, "I'm going to bash all of them," and he did.
Well, hey, man,
He's got a good story.
Yeah, he does.
Horrible story, but good story.
Yeah, absolutely, man. But we got to get him on here.
We do. By the way, we do deep dives, and that's why we're the best podcast in Perth. Look at this.
There he is. That's the one we were looking for. There.
You put a good one there. That's me in Sicily. That's where I was born. That was our shop. We had a little.
What'd you guys sell?
Cooperativa. You sold rolls and sandwiches and Italian stuff. And that's my dad. It's my dad, my brother Frank, my brother Joe, and I'm the little one.
Yeah. Oh, we're your brothers now. I don't think.
Yeah, they're here.
Which one are you?
I'm the baby in the arms.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, I'm the little one. Yeah, I'm the little one. That's our shop.
Is that your dad there?
Yeah, that's my dad. But, listen, I don't know, but apparently, because every Italian's got a story. And apparently we had to get out of there because, the Mafia was putting pressure. Because my uncle, his brother, and a lot of people don't know this, but his brother, which was Uncle Vince, was the head of the Catania prison, the warden of Catania prison.
Yeah.
So I know this because when we went back, he didn't come to the airport and I was 14. But Dad wanted to go see him, so I went to his house. And his house was surrounded by people with fucking guns, holding machine guns, his house. This little fucking bloke walks out with a singlet. Hey, Mario, what are you doing here? Yeah. Sicilian. So, and I caught up with my cousin, and my cousin Maurizio, he was another character. I think he was a little bit dodgy, He said that he'd done the military three times. He did the military 3 times. And I said, what do you mean 3 times? He said, well, as long as my dad's alive, they can't put me in jail.
Wait, his dad's...
his dad was was the ex-warden.
Yeah.
So you get a free pass. So he could do whatever he wanted in Sicily. But when his dad died, he had to get the fuck out of Sicily.
Yeah, so...
he went up north, yeah.
So I recently seen my sister went there. Sicily is beautiful. I always pictured in my head as being like this dirty, nasty place. It is beautiful. Do you go there often?
Yeah. No, I've been back for a long time. My family keeps asking me. I keep going to Thailand to go to Sicily. I get to Thailand and I blow my money and I come back.
Yeah. That's so. But what a trip would that be? Like, Sicily.
Yeah, listen, it's kind of weird when you go back to your hometown. I've done it. And you walk the same road that your father walked and your grandfather walked, and you go to the house where they were both born. It's kind of weird, but you feel at home. You feel. I've lived here all my life since I was 5 years old. I'm Australian, but I'm not. If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's funny when you go overseas. This is weird. Here, I'm Italian.
Right.
Well, I lived here all my life. But when I go to Italy or meet people overseas and I don't speak fluent Italian, I speak dialect. I speak Sicilian. I'm Aussie. Because I'm not Italian, I can't speak the language. I didn't go to school there. I didn't do military service there. I'm still, my blood is Italian, but realistically, I'm not the same as those people.
Yeah, right.
We're different.
You learned something. I didn't even know that Sicilian was a different dialect than Italian.
Yeah.
So,
some of the words are completely different. Remember, it's a little bit Spanish, a little bit Greek, a little bit Arab.
Yeah,
it's all mixed up.
So like I know they have German and they have French German, like the Swiss German. Sorry. And Germans can't understand the Swiss, but the Swiss can understand the Germans. Is that how it is for you guys?
Yeah. Well, I found out recently that Italy was Austria, and before Austria, France. So France and Austria would battle over Italy.
Yeah. And
then Sardinia started growing crops and put Italy together and did a deal with France that if you let us be, I read it on the on Google. They did a deal. You let us be Italy, and from Rome down, or Napoli down, was called the Kingdom of Sicily. So southern Italy is Sicily. The Calabreses will fucking love that one day. Calabrese, which is right down the bottom. They're the ones kicking us, right? Was the Kingdom of Sicily. And then when they changed it to Italy, right, it became all of Italy, and Sicily just stayed the island down the bottom.
Where was Napoleon? Like, where is it called? He was what is it called when you get kicked out of your country? Guy, what is wrong with my brain? when he got kicked out of his country when he got
Extradited?
extradited to an island right there, and I think it might have been Calabrese. It was one of those islands right around Sicily.
Maybe Sardinia.
Can you look it up, Diego? Yeah, and then he ended up like escaping from there, and went back and took France over again, and then went to the Battle of Waterloo.
Mate, if you're into like kids today, they're not into it. But if you're into history, if you read history, mate, Europe's fucked up, man. You know, they talk about the English came here and took over the country from the Aborigines. Fucking hell, go to Europe, mate. They're forever bashing and killing and taking over here, taking over there, taking over here, taking over there. Jesus Christ.
The Roman Empire was it the largest empire ever? I mean, or was it Genghis Khan?
No, the Roman was, I think.
No, England has got the largest empire of all time, but Roman was large and Ottoman Empire was also large. Napoleon was exiled to the island of Elba.
Elba. Where is that?
Located in Tyrrhenia Sea off the coast of Italy.
All right.
Yeah, so I don't know, but I just know that it's big. He raised.
You know more than me.
I was in prison for years. I read books. And I just remember about a quarter of them. He's Italy had a big part in everything. But let's get through. Who's this other guy with a big beard we were looking at here?
So Elba, just the people know, Elba is right here. This little island in the middle of Italy.
All right.
And
Where's
Corse. It was this little island which he was excommunicated and then he was brought back in 1813.
Yeah, because Waterloo was Waterloo in 1815. Hey, go back to Sicily. I want to see where Nunz is from. Pull up that map again.
I'm Provincia Messina, so right on the tip.
Here we go. Let's open this in maps. There we go.
Fuck, where's that?
All right. So by the tip, you mean the bottom of the foot?
Yeah,
Bottom
down
of the
there,
foot,
that's
yeah.
Sicily down there.
Messina.
Yeah, right down the...
Oh, you're right at the very, very tip.
Right at the tip there. But I'm back from the tip. I'm from Patti, from Rakuya, which is... it's just back from the tip, yeah.
Yeah, and then Palermo's, man, it's all the way on the other side.
Palermo's on the other side, yeah.
Yeah. And Catania.
But you got Malta over here. Malta's very close to Sicily as well.
Yeah, so, but I mean...
And so is Africa.
Yeah.
Look, Tunisia.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, like it's...
Okay.
We're close.
Yeah.
Well, listen, for a long time, and I think even still now, the North consider themselves the real Italians, and the Southerners, as far as they're concerned, we're African.
Yeah, well, you're right there, touching just like Morocco, but so they've got a huge populace of black people going into, or Africans going into Italy and being like drug mules, aren't they?
Listen, I think they've opened the doors to a lot of people, and it's created a lot of problem. But that's a world, not just.
Yeah.
I mean, I think even here we've opened our doors to a lot of people. I told you, the thing that pisses me off here is they're kicking people out that can't speak English.
Yeah.
Right, and I'm in the plastering game, as you know. I can't get workers because young kids here are lazy fuckers. They don't want to work. The kids are educated now. They don't want to work, and they're soft.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to be in the building trade. Right, so you got all these people coming here that can't speak English. They get into the building trade, but they don't pass the English test. They get kicked out. They've been here 10 years, 15 years. They kick them out.
I didn't know that.
Oh, all the time. I lost a Chinese guy. I had an Irish guy working for me. He failed the English test. I said, how did you finish? He goes, mate, I left school for a reason. He failed the English test.
That doesn't surprise me.
Everybody's got it. So they talk about this not being a racist country. Now, this pisses me off, right? We're not a racist country. Australia is not. There's no more white policy, right? But they keep letting all these refugees in, which don't do anything. But the people that come here and work their guts out and pay their taxes, if they fail the English test, they get booted out. That's just wrong, man. It's wrong. If you've done the right thing, listen, I believe you come from somewhere else, you fuck up, you do a serious crime, out.
Nah, I reckon learn the fucking language. I had to.
No, I mean, you learn the language, but you don't kick them out because they can't speak the language. They can't pass the English test. Listen, I'll be honest with you. I did it online. I failed twice.
Yeah. I don't doubt it.
They're going to kick me out.
Yeah. Well, Yeah, no, but this. So I don't know what I did was a serious crime, but like I did cocaine driving is serious. But luckily they kick you out on character. They give you a character test, and my character, like, I've done more good than I have bad. The only bad I did was really to myself. Like, you know,
Mate, I became an Australian citizen when I was 40.
yeah,
I had an Italian passport.
Yep.
I hadn't become an Australian. And I became an Australian citizen because they changed the law that they're going to kick you out of the country if you commit a crime. Not that I commit a crime, but I thought if something happens, let's say I whack somebody at the club or something happens and I get done, they're going to kick me out of the country.
Yeah.
So I became Australian citizen when I was 40.
Yeah. So I can tell you now, but most people, especially if they don't have a violent, if it's not a violent crime and they're not motorcycle connected, they get their visa back, especially if they have a family. Most people do. It's when you're tied to OMCG and violent crime, like your organized crime, whatever, then you get the marching on orders. I know one guy, I told you, a Serbian guy, he, like you, but he came over like at 12 years old. He got his back. I think it was 19 times he's got his visa back. You know, his parents were here. And this last time, he's got a rap sheet this thick. And I'm like, you go forever. And this last time, they're like, there's no way you have to go. You have revocation. That's the first one. Then they give it back to you. And then if you don't get that one, then you go to AAAT, which is a tribunal. And if you fail that one, then you become you can refuse to leave, but you stick there for a long, long time, and then you can appeal it. He got his back again. So you hear things, a lot of things, just like if you've committed a crime, you can't get into America. Not true. You can absolutely go to America, just depending on what kind of crime it is. Like, you hear all these things that people don't know until you've actually been in there and done it. So so you would 100% certainty. I'm one of them. You commit a crime and get back in, and you just get they test your character. That's it. And if you're a good person, you know, that's done bad, then you stay. And that's a we're here for a redemption. I'm trying to do my character. We're using guys, bad guys, not like Nunzio, the rest of them, to do good, and we're helping people, we're helping kids. So that's the road to the redemption here. So
I mean, we all make mistakes when we're young.
Yeah,
you know, even me. You know, we've all made mistakes. But as you get older and older, I would like to think you snap out of it and you learn.
Yeah.
You know, you don't make the same mistakes or you don't get caught.
Well, I know now that I'm going to make money from crime my entire life, but talking about it, not doing it, I'm not smart enough to get away with it. Like, we're going to have a podcast to talk about other people's crime and make sure it's entertaining enough. And those that don't commit crimes, like yourself, that are just around the guys that do.
Thank you very much for interrogating me today.
Oh, thanks for putting me on the spot like that. Come on, man.
Pictures of
my
social life.
Should we respond to some of the comments from the old episode? The first episode? Let me pull it up. Hold on. Let me pull it up. Okay.
So Nudes, what's our guy's name? I said at the beginning of the first intro, but
Robbie Snooze.
Robbie Snooze. I hope I did better this time for you, buddy. I let him go.
All right, so we got. I'll just read through a few and then we'll finish it up. So, love this episode. As a Perth lad, born and raised, still here. I've seen Nuns. He's a genuine, nice bloke. He's living his best life, and no matter his life, no one should be judged. We all go through things in life. Much respect and love to you, bro, for hosting a legend, and keep the good work. Love these types of episodes. Keep them coming.
Oh, cool.
Everybody loved Dunes. I don't think he didn't get one bad review, unlike myself.
The next one, shout out, just found your channel. Big respects from Sydney City. Shout outs to you, bro. XXX, Nuns works. I want to see those curly hair photos.
Who's this?
What curly hair photos are we? What are we talking about? What are these?
No, I used to have long hair. That's all.
There's something about when you were in first grade that they thought you were a girl, right?
Fucking hell. You let me bring that up again.
Yeah, well, why not, man? You fucking put me on interrogation. You fucking, hey, shit.
We got another one here. I love the way closed captions hit up comics for convicts. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Great story, Nuns. Our neighbour was involved in a Osborne Park Boys movies. Some problem with the money coming into him. Suddenly unalived a few years ago.
Whoa.
Found hanging from his pergola. Very sus circumstances.
Really? I didn't.
What?
Do you know about this?
Yeah, one of the guys, Kareem, which was a good friend of mine, he got into character and he couldn't really get out of character. I'm being serious here now, you know. And
What?
he got into character. He played this bad dude in the movie.
Method acting, yeah? It's called method acting.
Yeah, well, I think meth was involved with it. I think. And rumor has it he hung himself in the backyard. Yeah.
Yeah, and then what they're saying is suspicious circumstances, and because his money wasn't coming in.
Yeah, well, he owed a bit of money around town or something. I heard, but you know, I don't want to speak anything bad about him. He was a good dude again.
Yep.
And things just life got too much for him, and he hung himself.
Yeah,
which is terrible.
What else? What else did we got on there?
We'll go one more. Good episode. I just think you could work on letting your guests talk a bit more uninterrupted.
I hear you. Go fuck yourself, Diego. You did this one on purpose. I know. Robbie Snooze, I know. But I can't help myself. I get excited sometimes. But
I like it. I like the banter.
Yeah. So
you know, we're a little bit more serious this time, weren't we?
Well,
you were trying to get shit on me.
Nah, well, hey,
we were trying to bring up. He wasn't he?
Well, you know what? Because he doesn't know. I talk a lot of shit, but he doesn't know. He's like, he dared me to do it. He goes, go ahead and see what you can find out. I said, all right, buddy. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to dig deep. And hey, this we might have I don't know if Nunzio doesn't behave, we might have a second one to have him come back and go even deeper.
No.
No,
again, I'll repeat. I know a lot of people. I'm friends with a lot of people. I don't judge people for what they do or if they're a biker, gangster, or drug dealer. If you've been to jail, I really don't give a fuck. You're a good bloke. You treat me good. With respect, and I'll treat you with respect back. And that's the way I believe life should be.
100%.
You know, you shouldn't, you know, if I don't believe a doctor or a fucking lawyer. I mean, spending time in court now, I think lawyer is the worst job in the fucking world. You're dealing with fucking fuckheads all the time. I hate, but you know, I've been, I had a procedure done once on my balls, right? And they brought me in, and I must have had something twisted, and they brought me in, and I've gone in there.
That's dangerous.
Mate, I've gone in there, and I'm having a look around, and I said, wow, I've never been in here awake. They're all wearing wellies, you know, wellies. They're wearing overalls. I'm looking at the big TV, and I said, are you supposed to put me out? And he said, no, you got to be awake while we do this.
No.
Yes.
They're cracking. They're doing the nut crack. Wow. They're operating on your nuts while you're awake.
They're grabbing these rods. I'll have a 324 and a 216 and a 2, and they're getting a hammer and they're going, and let's get one here. And I'm looking in the camera, I'm looking, let me know if it hurts or give me another needle. But I remember thinking, wow, you know, doctors, surgeons, wow, man, they change people's lives. This is the real deal. Now, you go to court, you become a lawyer, it's fucking bullshit talk.
Yeah.
You know, you're trying to beat the other guy, this guy's trying to beat you. You know, he's lying, you're lying, everybody's fucking lying. Yeah. The judge has got to work out which one is lying, which one's not fucking lying.
Turns out the judge is lying.
The people sitting in the witness, not the witness, the jury. The jury said, you watch them the first day, they sit there, they're fucking excited. The second day, they're sitting like this. The third day, they're fucking like this. On the fourth day, guilty. Yeah. Everybody agree, just agree. I want to go back home. Well, you know, that's. I don't know if that's a good system.
But man, I'm telling you right now, with the conviction rate when you go to trial is something like 90%. What we need to have is a little bit of more P. Diddy action. You know how you just go around and send your mates all of the Thailand bribe, and you just bribe those juries. It's pluma or plata. You want the gold or you want the bullet. That's what, you know, in Spanish is pluma or plata. Like,
is it 90%? 90%.
I think. Look it up, Diego. What's the conviction rate once you go to trial? I think it's like 90+%. You got like zero, like no chance of getting off.
Yeah, it's not for you're talking about the America racketeering.
No, I'm talking here in Australia. Both. Yeah,
it's 90%.
Yeah.
Fuck. So you go to court, 90% of the time you're going to be found guilty.
100%.
Wow, that's bad.
If they're building a case, you better hope they can't tie the pieces together, because if they do,
yeah.
But that's what, your mates, they've got actually, I've got some of those mates too, but the clubs, they've got never plead guilty. Everything's not guilty, right? All the way through. That's the kind of rule of thumb.
Yeah, I think so. I think sometimes you got to take the plea deal. You know, you're looking at 25 years or 5 years.
Yeah,
you put your hand up and say, "Okay, I did it."
Yeah, which is also bullshit. Because if you're innocent,
hold on, Clarky, bro, you got a microphone. Just say it in the microphone.
Now put your microphone to your mouth, man. Come on.
Yeah, he's trying to get me to say it.
It's coming up here. Stats, conviction rate in WA. It states in Western Australia, the conviction rate in criminal courts is notably high. Accordingly to the Australian Bureau of Statistics, abbreviate ABS, during the 2023 to 24 financial year, 97% of all defendants finalised in criminal courts across Australia resulted in a guilty outcome.
97.
While this figure
That's why you plead.
encompasses
Something's not
national
right.
data, it
Something's
reflects
not
the
right.
general trend observed in WA's justice system.
Yeah. So, I mean, but that's why you take the plea deal. That you, like you said, you could be innocent of a crime, and if they by the time they've got a case on you and you go around to court, there's a high probability you're going to court. So you could be innocent, and they say, "Hey, look," and there's guys that you're doing 20 years or you're doing 5, and you know you're innocent. And,
Oh, you take the 5.
you take the 5 just to cut your losses. You know what I mean? There's
Yeah, but is it right or is it wrong?
it's wrong, man. It's
wrong,
It's
man.
wrong. It's wrong. That yeah, it's crazy.
97%. That means something's wrong with our society.
Yeah.
Something the system's broken.
Oh, and in America, so I don't know how it works in Australia, but like if you've been sentenced, like you've been wrongfully convicted and done like 20 years or whatever, what they do is they offer you, if you're getting life and you've done 20 and they find out you're innocent, they said, look, we'll let you plead guilty to a lesser charge and time served and you're gone. Because you'll take that, because if not, they drag it out through the courts for more years. But if you go through these courts, you get a huge payday at the end. So what they do is they just offer you another crime that you plead guilty to, and that wipes out all your compensation for the years you've done.
You've been to the family court here, right? You've been
I
to
know,
the family.
I know everybody by
Mate,
first name.
Mate, I couldn't. You know, I couldn't believe when I ended up in the family court when I broke up with my ex. I went into the family court and I thought, oh my God, it was new, it was big, the courtrooms are huge. I said, what is this? They said, family court. It's fucking bigger than the criminal court. It's huge, family court. I'm thinking, oh my God, because it's very one-sided over here. In Italy, they don't have family court. You break up, you get 50, you get 50, you get the kids 50% of the time, you get the 50% of the time. Thank you very much, see you later.
Yeah.
That's it.
Nah.
You walk away, that's it. You get everything's fucking equal.
So
how the fuck did what happen here?
Man, I know. I just gotta go through my own personal experience. So me and the ex, we went through whatever we battled. We went to family court. She finally said, "Okay, you're a good dude. She's gone in, signed an affidavit, parenting plan. We've both supplied it. You know what? I've got to still go to court because they say that I'm coercing her, and she's voluntarily got into a lawyer's office, signed an affidavit saying everything, and we submitted a parenting plan. They won't accept it. I have to go to court because they think I'm coercing her.
Lawyers and judges making money.
Man, they're working together.
Mate,
I'll tell you right now.
the system is broken.
Yeah.
The system's broken.
Absolutely.
It shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
And half the people in the violence restraining order, half these blokes inside have just broken up with their ex.
Man,
You break up with their ex, bang, go get a violence restraining order.
that's it. I mean, especially at the few. We're gonna have a show on this because you have no rights as a man here. Like I have. You could have
Let's
video
not
evidence.
get you started.
Yeah. Video evidence. So there's an absolute lie. You have video evidence showing the absolute lie. They won't look at it. They just want to know what's best for the kids, and they don't care if you're a man. They put it on you no matter what.
Yeah,
So,
I don't.
yeah.
And the statistics again, we're talking about that at the moment. Statistics, kids that grow up without a dad end up in trouble.
Yeah.
It's proven. It's proven. They need their dad.
That's right. Dads don't stop fighting for their kids, but we run out of time. What else? Nunes,
Nothing to talk about. It's my missus' birthday. Happy birthday, darling.
Happy birthday.
She's about, she looks about 22, 23 years old. she's
She's 30. She's 36.
36.
So happy birthday, and I'll get home soon, and we'll go get some take away some Red Rooster or something.
I know
That's
you're
my-
Italian. You would not do that. I know what you. I know you're going up some fine dining, baby.
No, I like Japanese.
Japanese.
She likes Japanese too. So
Can't go wrong.
I'll bring it to a nice. place.
Any new businesses you want to shout out to?
Not at the moment. No.
All right.
No, I'm
Down the track, you know where to catch me out. If you want to do a shout out to a new business, let me know, and I'll be happy to do it for you.
Okay,
All
I'll
right?
let you know.
Like and subscribe. Crimes and Misunderstandings.